What's up guys, my name is Top Secret R35, this is Forza Horizon 3 and today we're doing a replica build of the infamous Godzilla Calsonic R32 GTR. Now how fitting is it that the Australian press actually came up with this name after this car dominated the 91 and 92 Bathurst 1000 series, also winning 29 races from 29 starts in Japan and finding success in Europe at the Spa 24 hour. This car decimated everything in its path, hence the name Godzilla. So when I first met this car was actually when I was 9 years old at the East City. Before I knew anything about these JDM monsters, this was from Gran Turismo 2, the place where this car, or these cars, became immortalized. So let's get going with this build. There's a lot of information available, so I got pretty close. Okay guys, so what I found about this car, the best quote that I found, was that it was like bringing a gun to a knife fight because it was so advanced and how it just took out all its competition. So let's put that iconic Calsonic livery on as a start. And now thank you to all the online sources that I have. I'll put them in the description below, especially Evo magazine. They had a brilliant write-up with pictures about this car that really helped me build it almost to a T. So let's start with the engine. It has a RB26DeTT N1, which is a slightly modified version of the RB26 that came out in the V-Spec edition. It's a 2.6 litre inline 6-cylinder twin turbo, making 650 or between 550 and 650 horsepower, which is 485 kilowatts. So we'll just take it to the top of that limit because why not? So what I found was that some parts are more heavily modified than others, such as the turbo, which is running steel turbine blades instead of ceramic, and has ball bearings instead of journal bearings, all just to handle the higher boost which this car obviously makes. So what I did was then just chose from what I could find. I chose the race parts. What I couldn't find, I chose sport parts, until I eventually got to 485 kilowatts, while trying to keep it as original as possible to the real one. So I did not change the displacement, I kept it 2.6 liters. And I eventually got to 481 kilowatts, which is pretty close. So let's go to the platform and handling. The brakes, it has AP rotors, no ABS. I'll put that on, simple. And then obviously race suspension components, and then a full-on roll cage, otherwise it wouldn't be allowed to race. And the overall weight is 1260 kilograms. So we'll get quite close to that towards the end as well. Now let's move on to the drive train. Now this car has a 5-speed dog box, which means the gears are straight cut. It just helps much more with transferring of power. And all the gears will sound like reverse gears. They're just much more durable, much more efficient. So we'll put that in, but it must be a sport transmission because we don't want it to change to 6 gears. And then I'll upgrade the driveline and differential. Apparently this car has electronic controls to control each wheel individually, all sorts of crazy shit. Alright, and let's go to the tires. Race tires, definitely. They are actually Bridgestone Potenzas, 10 inches wide, which is about 254 millimeters. So I'll just take these 265s, I guess that's a bit over, but why not? And then they are 18 inches wide, but I mean 18 inches in diameter. And the closest I could find was these compotives here. They look pretty nice, I guess, but they don't have one center cap, they have 4 little studs. I could not get that happening. And then let's make it 18s, and those, yeah, that's pretty much it to do with the wheels. And then there's nothing to do with aero and appearance, and there's nothing to do with conversion. Now thank my lucky stars that I could find quite a bit of information with regards to the tuning. Okay, 4 kilograms over and 4 kilowatts under. And top of S1 class, not bad. This will be nice for the Rivals event that I'm going to do later. Did I tell you guys that? Whoops. Alright, so the tune. Evo magazine was very forthcoming. I could even find the exact specs of the camber. Everything else, I'm pretty much left standard. Alright, so in terms of the camber, 5 degrees negative in the front. Yes, track, beast, 3 degrees at the back. Slightly put on the toe out to induce a bit more oversteer because it's a 4-wheel drive, you want to turn in hard. And then amplify the camber effects by upgrading the caster angle a little bit. And then we just want to put the car a bit lower, leave the damping as is, as the race suspension has it, and then change it to a bit more 50-50. And that is it, guys. We are ready to drive. Okay guys, welcome to the business portion of the video. We'll be doing a street race, the Town Tear-Up, it's the first one, in S1 class. Now, if this was the ideal perfect world, I would love to go for position 1. However, I do not think I'm gonna get that time in this car with this tune with, most importantly, my level of driving skill. But I am learning, it will get there. Eventually, I will get a world record, I promise you guys that much. But for now, let's just try to get into the top 100, which in itself is quite the challenge. There was a lot of missing corners, for starters, accidents, quite a few of these, and then also I got flagged a few times, and then there were some spectacular crashes that should be on TV like this. However, once I knuckled down, put my head to work, Godzilla pulled through and I eventually got into the top 100. So, I think how many times was it? I think this was around 15 to 20 times that I actually had to do this course to figure out all these skills. And obviously the ghost of the previous, the guy who has this record in the top 100 helped me out. Now, what really helped me out the most was the fact that this car is so perfect to do circuit racing in. Now, when I did research for this video, the quote that also stood out to me was that this car, it drives exactly how it looks. Like, you just have to point it in the right direction and floor it. And that's what I did here in this video. Just maintain your braking line, maintain your acceleration of when to accelerate, and the car just does it for you pretty much. And then also you can't be nervous. So a lot of the times I was holding back, like over here I could have went a bit wider, but luckily to get into the top 100 I could just avoid things like that. And then also, even though I'm twin turboed, making 650 horsepower towards the end here while going up this incline as such, my car was topping out. I was so upset I couldn't get to the top of the rev range here. And luckily my opponent, which is in a Lamborghini, he also seems to have struggled. Oh man, this was tense here, because I did not want to let up of the accelerator because I thought I'm gonna get passed, and I was failing so many times. But eventually, boom, I finally saw those two words in the top 100. I actually think I might be even a bit less than the top 100. I'll go back and double check that. Godzilla pulled through for me. Calsonic R32 GTR replica build, bit of a success. I think the next time I do a Rivals event, maybe I must go for top 90 until I eventually get to number 1. I don't know. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. Alright guys, let's check it out. Where am I on this map? On this list, I mean. Okay, 96. No ABS, no traction control, manual with clutch. I'll take it. Alright guys, that is all for today. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this build. If you did, hit a like, hit a subscribe button, and I'll see you guys soon with another sick video. Take care.
I feel good.
Really gotta hang it out there now.
You look good.
This is Tokyo
You guys are amazing.
I love this corner, it's so long. If you just get the intro right, all you have to do is hold it on the limiter and it just slides. Alright, looks like I might just break my